friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. I wanted to do a quick video because this is something I'm going to do and I thought maybe somebody else would find it useful. So I had decided this year I want to have a prep bag for my car. My car is 2009, so at this point it's going on 13 years old. I think if I did the math right, that's 13 years. And at any point in time, my car could decide to break for no reason. I hope not, knock on wood, that it doesn't. But as the car gets older, that's definitely a possibility. And I live in a place where it does snow, it does get cold, it does ice. So getting stranded in the winter is not ideal. So that's number one for the reason that I'm getting a prep bag for my car. But number two is something that actually happened last year that put this at the forefront of my mind, and so I decided I'm not going through another winter without a prep bag. Last year, it was April, I think it was actually April 6th, there was a snow squall in Virginia. It was on, I believe it was I-83, but it was April, it was springtime. I had planted my plants. But what happened is a snow squall came through Virginia and it created whiteout conditions. And there was a massive crash, and I think it was like a 70-some car crash. And people were stranded for about 36 hours, I believe. And there were unfortunately a few fatalities. But people were stranded for quite some time on this interstate. And yes, it was April, so there wasn't like an immediate need of there being snow removal or snow problems because it wasn't super cold. It was just this freak snow squall that happened. But it raised the question for me that at any point in time, I could get stranded for whatever reason. For a general rule of thumb, I don't travel. I have like a 45-minute radius around my house. And I honestly don't think I go more than 20 minutes away from my house 95% of the time. I certainly don't go more than 45 minutes away from my point very often at all. It's pretty rare. Everything I need, I live in a very centralized location. So unless I'm going on like a trip or I'm going onto an event or something like that, I don't travel very far. And I have enough people that in case something happens, car breaks down, whatever, I can call somebody to come get me. So I know that. But it's also one of those things, what if people can't get to me? What if my cell phone is that, whatever the case may be. And I've never needed to have a prep bag in my car ever. I've never been stranded. My car's never broken down. Again, knock on wood. But you don't ever want to have something happen and say, well, I've never needed it before. And now you need it, now you don't have it. So I've just decided I'm just going to fill a little bit of a duffel bag, put it in my car. I don't have the bag yet. I need to go through my belongings and see if I can find some sort of bag that'll fit everything that I want to put in it. But I just want to show you guys what I was putting in my car and what I was thinking about, what I'm talking about, and what I'm planning on doing. Especially if you're somebody that has a commute to work, like a far commute to work, or you do travel more than me, it's just something to keep in mind, you know? You want to have it just in case there is an emergency that happens, and hopefully you never need it. So to start, I put this in my Amazon cart in the spring, didn't buy it, and then the Amazon Prime Day just happened last week, and so I bought it. And it's a big auto prep kit. So we're gonna go through the items in here. I'm gonna link this down below, but they have so many of these prep kits online that you can honestly basically pick and choose what you have in it. So there are a couple of things that I knew I wanted in it. I know I wanted a shovel. I thought having a shovel would be really good to help dig my car out if I needed to, if I got stuck in a snowbank or something like that. So that was one thing that was really important to me. And then once I found this kind of just gave me everything I needed. So it came with a reflective vest, always a good idea if the car breaks down at night. Again, when have I ever needed a reflective vest? Never. Same with a reflective triangle. When have I ever needed one of these? But I'm happy that I have it, you know? I'm happy that in case of an emergency, in case my car breaks down, I am not completely stranded. And it came with this little zipper kit, and in here there is a first aid kit, some safety pins, some bandages, cotton swabs, some wraps. I have one Mylar blanket that came with a kit, and then I did buy a pack of what looks to be 4 4 Mylar blankets. So I have 5 Mylar blankets. And then this also came with a little raincoat. I don't know how good this raincoat actually is gonna be. If it fits it, I think it's just a sheet of plastic. But hey, it's something. Came with some tweezers. It just came with a little bit of a first aid kit. I will probably add to this as I need to. And this is some of the things I thought were really, really cool. It came with this knife that is a multi-tool. In here, there are so many tools, knives, and a saw, so many different things. And then I can open this, and it makes like a pliers. So this is one little tool that came with it that I'm like, if the car breaks down, I don't know anything to do with this. This helps me none. Unless I need to like fight off a burglar, I have a hammer to hit him in the head with. But other than fighting off an attacker, this doesn't help me at all. But maybe if someone stops to help me, this can help them. It also came with, I don't know if this even works in my car. It says only for cars, but it came with this 10-piece car fuse set. So I know what fuses are. I'm just not 100% sure if it would fit with my car. It came with a whistle that has a compass on it and a temperature gauge. And then for some reason, electrical tape. I assume mechanics need that when they're working on cars. And then this tool it came with, which was cool. This is one of those like multi-tools. Can you like see it? Let me get it so you can see everything. It's like a multi-tool. It has a can opener, a knife edge, a screwdriver, a ruler, a cap opener, a 4-position wrench. I don't know where that is. A butterfly wrench, a saw blade, a direction auxiliary indication. I don't know what that is. 2-position wrench and a lanyard keyhole. And then it does tell you where everything is. So on the back it has the list. And the front it tells you where everything is. So my first thought was, ooh, if I'm stranded in the tundra, I can cut down a tree. I don't think that's actually going to be possible, but you know, you never know. It came with some gloves that I think are to be used with the spark plugs that came with. And I did have a set of these, but I didn't need these. But I couldn't find a kit that didn't have spark plugs, so we just have extra spark plugs. It came with this. I'm actually gonna put in the front of my car. This is a window breaker. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I want to put this somewhere in my car, and I was always told you don't want to put it like out in the open in case your car rolls, then it'll just roll away from you and then you don't have it. So you want to put it somewhere where you can get to it in case you're like upside down, or I don't know, seatbelt cutter. So this you want to have up in the driver's seat, so I'm gonna leave this part out of it. Came with some sort of strap, a big toe strap. This kit came with an air compressor, which I'm not gonna get out. I'm not gonna get out of the plastic wrap, but it came with this little air compressor that plugs into your cigarette lighter. So I think that'll be great. I don't actually know how long it is. I don't know. I think that could be useful if my tire ever goes flat, and just maybe use this just to get to a safe location. I think it's nice to have on hand. Some zip ties, a tubeless tire repair kit. Oh look, I can like fix my tire. I hope it has instructions. It doesn't have instructions. Why would they do this and not give instructions? I might need to look up instructions for this and add this to the bag. I'm not even kidding. When I say I am less than helpful in situations like this, I am less than helpful. And then the last thing that it has is a very mini shovel. guess you just like hold it, but it's a very mini shovel, not a big shovel, but it has like a saw on it, and then it has that. I don't know what that is. But it'll be helpful in an emergency situation. Let me put this guy back in his little pack. So that is the kit that I'm just gonna put in the car. Some things will be helpful to me. Some things will be helpful to me if I'm ever stranded by myself. But I am counting on the majority of these things for like somebody to stop and help me. Because of that, the vast majority of these things, I have no idea how to use or what to use them for. So I think I needed to buy the kit that comes with like a person. I know that's like AAA and that's fine and dandy, but AAA is not always going to be with me in an emergency situation. So I got this, and I'm happy to have this in the car for those emergency situations. And like I said, I do have the Mylar bags. But the next thing I want to have on hand is just some winter wear. If my car is stranded in the middle of winter, you know, I do live with half hour, 45-minute radius of my house with people to call, but it could take somebody probably an hour until they get to me. By the time I break down and I call somebody and they finish up what they're doing and come to me, you know, like it is not going to be instantaneous. So, especially because we get such cold winters here, I wanted to put extra layers in the car, both for me and for passengers, in case I have a passenger that doesn't have the right clothing on. And then sometimes, to be honest, I'm just going 15 minutes up the road and I don't take my coat because I'm only going 15 minutes and, you know, something could happen. So my mom gave me these sweaters. They're big wool sweaters that she didn't want anymore, and they're too big for me. So I was gonna just like donate them and get rid of them. And I was like, last minute, right before I took them to the donation center, I changed my mind. They're these big, thick, super thick woolen sweaters. There's a fuzzy on it. And they're extra large. So I'm going to add these to my car, as well as I have an extra large, or like an extra large white coat that I accumulated somewhere. It's too big on me as well, but I'm going to add that to the car too. I like when they're too big because you can really trap in the warmth then and you can kind of layer it up. So I want to add these to the car, and this will just add extra layers or extra protection. And these are going to be just so thick and so warm that if I need extra layers, or if I need more coats or just added warmth, I have these in the car. So I'm going to roll these up really small to put them in the car. I'm also going to get a pack just from Walmart, a pack of cheap socks. I want to get men's socks, like the big men's socks. I don't want to honestly even have some up in my sock drawer from my dad that he got to give to me. I don't know. I might have some, but I need to go look. But I want to get some just big men's socks to use as extra socks or as gloves. I'm somebody who, once my feet get cold, I'm done. Like, I'm out. That's the worst for me. I don't like it. So I feel like that's how everybody is. So I want to have these extra socks on hand to put them over my socked feet. If I need extra layers, or if I need gloves or mittens, I can use these as mittens. Again, I normally have like mittens or gloves in my coat pockets. I always have socks on. But if you're outside for an extended period of time, especially in like the middle of winter, you know, you might need extra layers. So I'm gonna get an extra couple bags, or one extra bag of socks to put in the car for those emergency situations. The only other thing currently I plan on adding to the car is I want to see about adding some MRE snack foods. I want to have food in the car. I'm one of those people who get hangry, and when I'm hangry, I am less than helpful. And maybe in an emergency situation, I wouldn't get hangry, but I have a feeling if my car is stranded and I wait for someone to come pick me up and I'm hungry, that's just like a murderous combination. Whoever's going to come pick me up is going to get the brunt of my anger and my hunger. So I kind of want to put just some MRE snacks in the car. I don't even know if that's a thing. I know MREs are meals, but do they make snacks? I don't know. I want to have snacks in the car, but because it does get hot in the car, even in wintertime, I have a black car, black leather seats. That car does get toasty. I don't really want to put like food in it. I don't want to put anything in plastic because I don't like when plastic gets hot. And I feel like a lot of the food I could put in the car, maybe like Cheerios or like granola bars or maybe nuts even. I feel like the heat of the car every single day will affect that. So I'm thinking about if I can find some, put in some MRE snacks, just a couple in this duffel bag in case I get hungry and I don't want to kill the person that stops to help me out of anger, out of a hunger and anger combination. So we're gonna see if we have them. I haven't looked yet. I'm not in a big hurry. We still have plenty of time before we get to that cold weather that I'm concerned about. And then the only other thing is water. And water is something that I'm not gonna put in the car. I don't have water in plastic. Once water gets hot and cold, like it would in wintertime, it's not going to be any good anymore. At least I don't think it would be. So what I am making the habit of doing is I don't go anywhere without this big water cup. Everyone knows me as the girl that has the big red cup. I got this for a work Christmas gift, and it is literally my favorite thing in the entire world. It's so big. It keeps water cold it keeps ice in here for over 24 hours. It's better than a Yeti. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm making the promise to myself this winter that I'm not going to leave the house without this thing being topped with ice and with water. So I at least have this much water when I go somewhere. And we're just going to hope and pray that I don't get stranded for longer than that. And if I have my dog with me, this much water will have to be good enough for both of us. So that's my plan. If you have any suggestions or ideas on maybe food or water or anything else to add to this bag, please let me know. I'm not trying to make this a go bag. I don't see the need for me to have a go bag. I don't think I'm going to ever be going anywhere. My plan is if anything ever happens to hunker down either my house or my parents' farm. So I'm not trying to make this a go bag. I'm just trying to make this a bag that if I'm ever stranded on the side of the road for whatever reason, car problems, car accidents, whatever, that I'm as comfortable as possible. And if I need to, I could potentially fix whatever is going to happen on my own. So anyhow, if you have any ideas on what I can put in my car to help keep me prepared for anything that might happen, please let me know below. And let me know what you're putting in your car if you're doing anything to prepare for winter weather. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.